Hey guys, TheJaseDawg here, and welcome back to WWE Network exclusive Roadblock. That's right, it's the result time. So, what happened? Well, I'm gonna fill you all in. There was a couple matches that weren't added to the card. I kinda had a couple of things right with the predictions, like I predicted Sami Zayn to have a match. He did, but it wasn't against who I thought it would be. So, let's start this pay-per-view for the WWE Network exclusive now. If you haven't already seen it, guys, head over to the network and make sure you check it out. It was actually a pretty good pay-per-view. A couple of misleading bookings in WWE, but still good regardless. So, we started off with... Well, I can't even... Yeah, we started off with The New Day versus the League of Nations for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And of course, you had Xavier Woods taking part in it, as always. But surprisingly, Barrett and Sheamus didn't come out with Del Rio and Rusev. That was something different. I thought it was going to be a bit, even the numbers out. But I guess not. Yeah, it actually went pretty well. They were going back and forth pretty good. There was a point where Barrett actually had the match won, but Woods distracted the ref, and Barrett had Big E down for the count. He was 1, 2, 3, and the crowd was all like, "Dude!" And the ref turned around and realized by then it was too late. And then, yeah, it all came down to Kofi took out Sheamus, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but it came down to the fact of Big E hitting the big ending on Barrett and getting the win. So, New Day still wins. That was pretty good. Who did I predict in this match to win? Well, I was chanting and rooting for the New Day. Who did I predict to win? I predicted the League of Nations to win. And I predicted them to win by pinfall. And I said also Barrett would win it. But I got the pinfall part right for the result of the match. But New Day won. And Big E won by the pinfall. Then we went to Jericho out in the ring, ripping on AJ, blah blah blah. I thought it was going to be the highlight reel. And the two things that I predicted in the video, which I'll put in the link below, didn't actually happen. He was actually ripping on AJ, then next minute he ripped on Swagger. And then turns out he was actually booked for a match with Swagger. Okay? So Swagger came out, did the We the People thing in Canada, and then he went down to the ring, and they actually went alright. Swagger locked him in the Patriot lock a couple of times. I can't remember if he hit him with a gut-wrench powerbomb, but it was going pretty good for Swagger until he ended up... what did Jericho get him with? Jericho got him with a submission. Yeah? Yeah, it was. So, because this match wasn't on the actual card, once the match... once they came out and they announced it as a match, I did my prediction and result off camera, of course. So I predicted Jericho to win, and I predicted it by submission because I thought, well, Walls of Jericho, duh. Was right. Oh yeah. So that's 1-9. 1 all. Not 1 to none. So they both got one win. Like, I've got the Jericho prediction right, and I failed with the League of Nations prediction. But I got both results of the match actually right. So then we went to Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy with Carmella versus The Revival, Dash and Dawson, for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now, not many people watch NXT that actually are with the WWE, but I do. Because I go and watch NXT on Foxtel all the time, guys. And yeah, it's awesome. And I was rooting for Enzo and Cass as per usual, as in my prediction. And I also predicted Enzo and Cass to win by pinfall, but I'll get down to that very, very soon, guys. So what actually happened was, you had, they were going crazy for it, and then the crowd was going insane with, like, the NXT superstars all there. And then what happened was, you had, what was it? I think it was Dawson went outside the ring to get away from Cass because he pushed. Because that's right, Cass did his finisher and he was going to do the tag team finisher with Enzo. How he grabs him and as he's going in the air, brings him down and slams him. But Dawson jumped up and knocked Enzo down onto the thing, like onto the top rope. So Cass got out and chased him, and then the dumbass Dawson hid behind Carmella. Dude, you're a pussy cunt. And then Carmella turned around and almost slapped the shit off of his face. It was fucking awesome. But he actually got away with it, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure that, yeah. I don't think she actually hit him. But they did take Cass outside the ring with their finishing move, tag team finishing move. That's what happened. It was a distraction enough to kind of Cass had to get around Carmella, and as it did, they both hit him with the tag team finisher. And then it was just Enzo who was the legal man against Dawson. He got in the ring. He carved up for a bit, and then he ended up getting hit with the tag team finisher off the top rope. So what happened was, I think it was Dash was holding Enzo up, and then Dawson jumped up on the top rope and jumped off and then hit the finisher. Or it was the other way around. Like, it's hard to remember which one's which. They're both douchebags. I don't really like them that much. Enzo and Cass should have been tag team champs, but they actually won the match. So I was wrong with the prediction. I predicted Enzo and Cass to win by pin. The Revival won by pin. Oh well. Next time, boys. If not, we'll take the titles from the New Days. Because the New Day are SAWFT soft. How you doing? So then the next match we had was Charlotte and Natalya, and it was meant to be a one-on-one match, but they showed a thing that happened before the pay-per-view where Charlotte and Natty had a confrontation, like, in an empty arena, and they turned around and said how, she was saying that, you know what me and my uncle Bret Hart always say, is that you're cowards, the Flairs are cowards. And then Charlotte actually was like, fine, well, I'll put my tongue on the run, because I got nothing to lose, you're easy wing. And yeah, they actually went out. It was a pretty good match. It was pretty intense. Like, they were locking submissions on each other all the time. Charlotte actually did pretty well, even though I hate her. I was actually going for Natalya in the match, but I knew that it wouldn't end the way with Natalya winning. And surprisingly, the Silver Fox, Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, got involved again. That's right, he got involved. He distracted Natalya, went on the apron. Natalya went to slap him because she should have just left the what do you call it? She had the sharpshooter in. Now, he wasn't actually putting his hands and grabbing Charlotte. He had his hands there, but she had her hands on him, but she was still a bit away, like probably an arm's width away from the rope. Now, I thought, you know, Natalya would make a tap with her dad's hands, and he'd hold the hands to make sure that the ref didn't see it happen. But Natalya obviously thought that he was pulling her, so she got off. He got up on the thing, she went for a slap, he dodged it, and what happens? Charlotte rolled her up. So Charlotte got the win via roll-up, and I predicted Charlotte to win by submission. So I was off with the result, but I was right with the person that won. So the result of the person that won, tick. The way it happened, then we had Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. Nope. False advertising. It was not Bray Wyatt. It was Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Really? You can't fight your own battle, Bray? Really? The fuck, bruh? But, apparently he made a deal with the devil and got himself a 2-on-1 match. And so, Brock wasn't really fazed about it. He was like, fine, I'll take you both to Suplex City, bitch. So he got in the ring. He was ready to go. They were ready to go. Bray was in the ring first. I was like, oh, hell yeah, here we go. Bray's going to Suplex City. Ding, ding, ding. Bray tags straight out. I was like, you pussy, what the fuck? I thought you're the Eater of the Worlds. You're the new face of fear. The fuck, bruh? But he tagged out straight away. And then Harper, he pretty much fucked Harper over, because the fact is, as soon as Harper got tagged in, Brock went straight for him, and Harper wasn't even halfway through the ropes before he got tagged. Harper got destroyed. Oh, the dirtiest hillbilly in the game. Oh, but he got sent to Suplex City multiple times. He was going to Suplex City, boy. And he, while he was there, rented an apartment. Even got a job as a bartender of the Suplex City Inn Bar. But Bray actually was up the ramp, halfway up the ramp half the time, and he was like, no. It was like, Bray, you really expect us to take you seriously as the bad guy? Like, Brock's bad, we all know that. But you expect us to take you seriously as the new face of fear? And you're halfway up the ramp in your match that was televised to happen, Brock versus Bray, so many times, and then it turns out to be Brock versus Bray and Harper. And then you don't even participate. You're in the match, and you tag out straight away. You're a pussy. Come on, man up, bruh. But, hopefully you have a match with Brock one-on-one soon, without any Wyatts around, without your family members. But, yeah, we all know what happened. Brock won. Send him to Suplex City, hit him with an F5 after multiple Suplex City suplexes, and F5 to the win by pin. Who did I predict to win? I predicted Brock to win by pin, and I was shouting for Brock. I was going, yeah, send him to Suplex City, bitch. But doesn't matter if he didn't beat Bray and he beat Harper. Still got the win against the both of them. And what happens after the match as he slid out of the ring after getting his hand raised? Bray ran up the ramp and went away because Brock was coming, but he wasn't going after him. He was just walking back up there. I was like, Bray, seriously, really? So then there was another match that was non-televised. As I said earlier, Sami Zayn had a match against Stardust. I thought he was going to have a match against The Miz, but it was still good regardless. It was a great match. The crowd were chanting, ole, 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 ole. It was pretty good. They went back and forth a lot. They hit a lot of moves. Like, Zayn got hit with the disaster kick. He hit the blue, like that. It slipped my mind at the moment, but he hit one of his finishes. But, signatures. Oh, don't worry about it. But yeah, it was going back and forth. Stardust almost lost all of his face paint, and Zayn ended up getting a win with a haluva kick in the corner. Got the win, and surprisingly, I was thinking Kevin Owens was going to come out and fuck him up after the show, like after his match, but it didn't happen. Who was I cheering for? Well, of course, it was Sami Zayn. Who did I predict to win? Zayn, and I predicted him to win by pin. Was right. Oh yeah. So, guys, now we got to the main event of Roadblock. It was Triple H, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, versus Dean Ambrose with the title on the line in a one-on-one match. And guess what? It was actually advertised right, unlike the Brock vs. Bray. So that was a good thing. We ended up having Dean come out second, I think, or maybe he came out some reason the champion came out first. Triple H came out first. Usually the champion comes out second, but I don't know, in WWE they do it differently. TNA they always do it the other way around, where the champion comes out last to show that I'm the champion. I come out last. I get the respect I need. But it was pretty good. Dean actually went pretty damn good. They both went really well. Like, and the announcers were actually saying, like, you know, Triple H could have ring rust, because they were saying that the last time he actually defended a title was 7 years ago. Really? Far out. The last time he had a one-on-one match was last year at WrestleMania against Sting. And he hadn't had a match since. I was like, oh, my boy's gonna lose. But I was like, nah, he ain't gonna lose. I like both Triple H and I like Dean. I was chanting for both of them. Of course, I was rooting more for Triple H because he's been my all-time favourite of all time. All the time. Yes, that's right. There's a lot of all-times in there. But, yeah, they're actually going insane. They were carving it up. Dean got hit with a bunch of different moves from Triple H. I was talking earlier to a couple of people about that I didn't really expect Triple H to go for a dirty pin, but he actually did attempt it at one point, but Dean kicked out. I was like, okay. And then you had, at one point, Dean hit him with the dirty deeds. Went for a pin. A lot of people saying it was in the middle of the ring. It wasn't. Dean's feet were under the rope. Now, I'm not defending Triple H because I did want Dean to win as well. But I also wanted Triple H to retain. Because I don't really want Roman to win at WrestleMania. But, so I thought Roman was going to come out and fuck Dean over and cost him the match. Or Bray. But Bray and Dean never interfered in either of their matches. They just kept to themselves. Surprise. So what happened was, he hit him with the dirty deeds. Dean went for the pin. And the ref counted the free count, but realised that Dean had his legs under the rope. So apparently it's in the rule book that you can't have your feet under the rope, like with the opponent, if they got their hand or feet on the rope, it's a rope break. So because he had his feet under the rope, it was no. So they restarted the match. They didn't even ring the bell, so it was just continued on. So Dean did some pretty intense shit. Like he did a suicide dive, and he almost went headfirst into the barricade. And then he ended up hitting, like, Triple H did that awesome spine buster. That was pretty intense. And then he had Triple H outside the ring, and he did the elbow drop from the top rope, and got it. And I was like, yeah. And then they stripped down the announce table, and Dean put Triple H on there. And I was like, what the hell? And then he got up on the apron. I was like, oh yes, come on. And then what did he do? He ran. He jumped. He got the elbow. And Triple H rolled off the announce table and Dean went through it. And I was like, holy shit, Dean. You just fucked yourself up. And it was the ref was counting. Triple H got back in the ring. It was on 8. It went to 9. And Dean just got in the ring. And as he got in the ring, he slid in, got up, boom, pedigree. 1, 2, 3. Triple H retains. Bow down to the king. Yeah, the game got the win. And that was pretty good. And who did I predict to win? I predicted Triple H to win by pin. Yeah. So it was a pretty good match. They should have advertised the Swagger and Jericho match as well as the Divas one, which they didn't advertise until like I think it was like a day before the actual pay-per-view. And same with the Stardust and Zayn match. But they didn't, so oh well. But Triple H retained, so he heads on to WrestleMania to verse Roman. Dean heads on to verse Brock in a street fight. Who knows what Bray's doing? Probably hiding in the back crying in a corner, saying, what am I doing with my career? And Harper's probably like looking for him, trying to kill him with a knife. But yeah guys, so that is WWE ROADBLOCK 2016's results. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like. Drop it hard, but not too hard. Don't break your computers. And while you're here guys, hit that subscribe button and spread the word of the TheJaseDawg. And if you want to follow me on social media, either Twitter or Instagram, the links are in the description or down below. and I'll have the link for the prediction video in the description down below, guys. Now, as always, guys, stay awesome. The JaseDawg is out of here. See ya.